And joining me now is Emmanuel Ottolenghi, a fellow with the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So the U.S. government, White House, receiving some flack right now for apparently sending $400 million to Iran in some pretty secretive circumstances. Your thoughts, sir?
We knew about a money transfer which the administration had briefly alluded to back in January, but we did not know the details. And the details are disturbing because if this was something, as the administration claims, that had no relation with the release of hostages, no bearings on the nuclear agreement, and it was just part of a long-standing dispute and the result of an arbitration whereby the U.S. was paying money back to Iran, which already belonged to Iran, then why do it in such a mysterious, covered-up way? The administration arranged for money to be transferred to European governments, who then provided cash, gold, and money in different currencies to be transported in an unmarked plane in the middle of the night in a very mysterious way. If it had been done in reverse, we would have called it a criminal operation designed to money launder and obfuscate the sources of the cash. So it leaves huge questions about why the administrations did something like that in such a fashion if it was perfectly legal and transparent as they claim.
And Iranian media is reporting that this was in fact ransom money. The White House saying the opposite.
Correct. The Iranian position is that they released a number of unjustly detained U.S. citizens and nationals, and that the money was delivered to them in a way in exchange for that release, so that the two actions were timed together. And as we know now from media coverage following the release of the story, there indeed was a discussion inside the administration about the possibility that the event would be interpreted that way by the Iranians, and there was therefore opposition inside parts of the administration were not so keen on seeing this action move forward in such a way. I think that the way it was all organized and arranged, the mystery about the plane, the delivery in the middle of the night, and all of these things only adds to the sense that this was not just a coincidence in timing for something otherwise entirely mundane. It adds to the impression that the administration indeed was doing something wrong that it shouldn't have done, and therefore it did it in a way that it would not be tracked.
And does this set a precedent down the road? Does this put a bounty on Americans' heads overseas?
Well, the Iranians definitely think that they can continue to unjustly detain foreign nationals and use them as leverage to obtain concessions of all kinds. Since the release of those American nationals in January, the Iranians have detained more Americans, have indeed detained nationals of other countries such as Canada and the United Kingdom. And clearly that gives them the possibility to extract, whether it's money or political concessions, from their Western adversaries. The fact that money was transferred at the same and timed in a way that it looks like it was ransom suggests that the Iranians are now being encouraged to do more of the same.
On the international stage, how does this look? How does this make the United States look?
I think, again, it undermines the credibility of the United States. It undermines the perception of the United States as a powerful player. It undermines the claim made by this and indeed by previous administrations as well, that the U.S. will not give in to blackmail and will not negotiate with terrorists and will not pay ransom for hostages. I mean, the fact of the matter is Iran is the foremost world state sponsor of terrorism, and the U.S. has negotiated with them extensively, and it has delivered money at the same time that the Iranians were releasing unjustly detained U.S. nationals in exchange.
And in the political election that this country is facing right now, how important is it for these candidates to address this issue?
I think it is extremely important that foreign policy remains at the center of the campaign debate. The United States has considerably lost its standing in the world in the last 8 years. Its leverage has been lost consequently. The U.S. influence, particularly in the Middle East, has been damaged by the foreign policy of the current administration, and it is important that whether comes January, it is President Trump or President Clinton to address these challenges. There is a full debate during the campaign season about how to rectify the direction this country has taken, which in the eyes of many people, both here and abroad, is the wrong direction.
All right. Well, sir, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.